Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the Parrot Cichlid, or more commonly known as the blood parrot cichlid, and that is that big orange fish right in front of you, as you can see right there. So these guys are actually a man-made fish. They're like a hybrid fish, so they're not their own species. They're not found in the wild. They are man-made, almost like glowfish, kind of GMO. Well, not really GMO. They were more like crossbred into the parrot cichlid we know today. They do come in a few different colors, which like there's a blue parrot, there's a green parrot. They're like called jelly bean parrots normally. They'll sell for like $20, and the colored varieties are actually, I believe, injected with dye, and that color you see will actually wear off. So the colors you see right now, like this orange parrotfish, that's actually how they're bred before they get the color, or probably they use white ones, which are kind of like the orange ones, just washed out more. So I personally didn't go for the dyed parrotfish just because I don't like the idea of them sticking a needle into a fish. It's just weird and unnecessary. On the other hand, you'll see some glowfish swimming around this tank. Now, glowfish are different. Glowfish are actually GMO'd to where they're not injected or dyed. They actually hatch out of the egg with that color, which is unlike the parrot cichlid, which is actually dyed, as far as I know. That's besides the point, though. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the care of these guys, kind of some compatibility in housing, because when I was researching getting one of these guys, there wasn't really that many videos talking about them. So I thought I'd go ahead and make mine today. Also, haven't uploaded in a while, having some issues with YouTube, having some issues with monetization. That's like a whole complete separate topic. But today we're talking about the Parrot Cichlid. So they range from about $20 at Petco, I believe, for like a pretty good high quality one that's like bright red. Or there are some lower quality ones, like mine's more of a light orange. So not a super high quality fish. I personally didn't want a super high quality fish. I picked a lower quality fish just because I could get it for a much cheaper price. So these guys range, like I said, from about $20 all the way to, I believe Walmart sells like low end ones for like $8. I got mine for $3 just because somebody marked it as the wrong price. That's a completely different story. But they range from about $20 to $8. And they're best kept alone, as far as I know. I know you can do like a school of 5 if you have a large enough tank, which I'll get into size in a minute. But personally, I've heard they're best kept with just kind of one, which will keep aggression to a minimum. These guys can be a little bit aggressive as they get bigger, but when they're juvenile like this, they're normally pretty timid. And even when they grow up to be bigger, they are still pretty timid fish. Mine is super, super active and very, very personable, and will come up to the tank when you walk near it. Others I've seen are super, super shy and will go hide. They are semi-territorial, so they will kind of claim their territory. Under that Anubias leaf right down there, you can't see it, but he actually has moved each of the rocks out. He like made himself a little bed right there. So that's kind of like his territory, but he will free swim around the tank, as you can see. They're a pretty active fish. As far as I know, I've seen some, like I said, that are very timid. But they get up to about 8 inches, like max in captivity. Normally they'll range around 6 inches full grown, so they're a pretty big fish, but they won't get as big as an Oscar or something like that. They'll stay around that 6-inch mark. It's very difficult to tell if they're a female or a male, and that doesn't really matter too much because you're probably going to have an extremely difficult time breeding these guys. Because they are hybrid cichlids, they're usually not fertile, so it's very hard to breed them. They like a temperature range of most tropical fish, 72 to like 78. That's kind of a sweet spot. I keep mine around 75 degrees, and he's doing really, really well. I feed them a mix of diet of just tropical flakes and some cichlid pellets as well, and then occasionally some frozen food mixed in there, like frozen mysis shrimp or frozen brine shrimp, and he's done really, really well with that so far. So community-wise, I have mine in this 36-gallon aquarium with a whole bunch of community fish, as you can see. So a 36-gallon tank is probably a minimum for these guys just because they do get pretty big, and they can be kept with a variety of other fish. As you can see, I do have a whole bunch of like tetras, and there's some mollies in there and guppies, and he leaves them all alone. I haven't seen any territorial, anything like that, or any chasing, but that all depends on your own fish. These guys are cichlids, so they can be a little bit aggressive. The one I have seems to be pretty docile, so that's good. He doesn't do a lot of chasing. But when it is time to eat, he will come up straight to the water and try to get food. These guys are super personable fish. As you can see, he'll try to nibble at my finger right here, like that. They're super, super personable fish. They have a great personality. They're always wanting to say hi to you. They'll swim up to the glass. Overall, these guys are a really cool fish, and I'd recommend getting one if you have, say, a 36-gallon tank, a 40-gallon tank, a 55, anything of that nature, and you have smaller fish. This can be a good centerpiece fish. Now, these guys aren't really recommended to be kept with angelfish, discus, bigger fish, because of the shape of their mouths, they can actually bully bigger fish. If they do decide to become aggressive, they can actually bully the bigger fish and, you know, kind of like bully them to death. But with smaller fish, their mouths are so oddly shaped, it's very hard for them to even like try to bite one of them or try to nip at them. The way their mouths are shaped, it's almost like a triangle, and it's really difficult for them to nip fins and stuff like that. So as long as you keep them with other smaller fish like this that they can't fit in their mouths, so fish that are like mollies, rainbow sharks, larger tetras, larger danios, stuff like that, that can't fit in their mouth, but is still a very fast swimmer, it should be 100% fine with these guys. As you can see, he's not chasing or nipping them, but maybe as he grows older and bigger, he will try to. But so far, I haven't had an issue. So that is pretty much it for this video. Just a quick recap, 36-gallon tank is a minimum. Keep them with smaller, non-aggressive fish that cannot fit in their mouth, so maybe medium-sized fish. Keep them well fed with a cichlid pellet or a tropical flake, or maybe a mix of both. They'll do pretty good on anything. And these guys should be a pretty great, peaceful, for the most part, community fish. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.